And now, views and interviews from the world of technology. Coming up, Sky News Tech Talk with Krista Holloman.
I'm John Wookey. I'm the EVP of Social Applications at Salesforce. I work out of our offices in San Francisco.
What's a social application?
Social application is one in which the basic idea is that how people connect, communicate, and collaborate is as important to the application as the business objective that you're actually trying to meet.
Can you give us an example? Where would you apply this insight? Or?
Well, it's interesting because you can actually find more examples of where it applies as opposed to where it doesn't apply. So pretty much anything that you try to accomplish in business, you accomplish not individually, but as part of a group. People are trying to work together to accomplish something. So if you're selling, you're trying to make your products and services seem more appealing to your customer. You don't do that, although we tend to think about a salesperson. The fact is they work as part of a sales team. You have product specialists, you have partners that you work with, there's people on the customer side that you actually spend a lot of time working with, and all of that really forms a team. The end is trying to make your products and services be as appealing as possible to your customers. And so ultimately, for people to be successful in doing that, they have to find a way to connect, to form the right team, to share the right kind of information, to communicate continually as things change. That's inherently a social process.
Can you tell us about Rypple?
Yeah, Rypple is a really simple idea, and that is that what people work on every single day should matter, and that they should know that it should matter. So, I think one of the things, if you think about a small startup company of 10 or 20 people, those are very attractive to individuals because they know what problem they're trying to solve. They know why the company was formed, what its mission is, and they know what role they play in trying to help make that happen. And they know the role of everybody else inside the company and how they contribute to that. As companies get bigger, they kind of lose that connection. And I think it's because there isn't a simple way for them to basically stay connected and aligned around the things that are actually important. That's the problem that Rypple tries to solve. And so while it's in the category of performance management, and it allows us to do traditional things like performance reviews and do things like calibration processes, which allows you to sort of have numerical measures of how your employees are doing, its fundamental design point is how do we actually allow people to come together and define in a team-oriented approach what's the most important thing for them to work on, how are they going to measure progress against that goals, and how do they commit to it, and what's their role in supporting it. And ultimately what we're trying to do is take that thing that was easy for a 10-person company and very hard for a 10,000-person global company and build a software capability that allows that to actually take place there. So they have that same sense of being connected to something and knowing what role they play in actually completing that mission. The greatest tragedies of the last 20 years for all the investments that people have made in their HR systems is they know almost nothing about their employees. They know what date they started, they know their birthday, they know how much you're paying them. But if you want to find out something about what people have actually worked on and what things they care about, you have to go to a social networking site like a LinkedIn to actually see what they've written about themselves. And I think that shows that there's been just a fundamental design flaw in the HR systems we've built. And Rypple starts with this idea that we want to think about a system and develop a system that people actually find engaging, delightful to use, so they actually will end up using it. And then the hope is that as they use the application, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you can actually look in the system and say, wow, these are all the things that they've accomplished. This is the feedback they've received. This is the recognition that they've earned. These are the skills they've developed as part of it. You actually start knowing who your own people are. And I think that ought to be one of the primary goals out of any HR system is allow you to know a little bit more about your people.
Sky News Tech Talk, in association with First Tuesday, the UK's largest network for high-growth technology companies and their investors. For free membership, visit firsttuesday.org.uk.